Welcome back, everyone. This week we will work with PRASARITA, padottanasana, wide-legged standing forward fold. It's just what it says. Let's start with our stance as wide as you can. We want our feet, the edges of the feet, to be parallel to the edges of the mat. You don't want to be in here. You don't want it too far out, but parallel to the edges, as wide as you've got. There are 4 postures within this one. The first one, you can do hands at the waist. You're going for a full inhale, a lengthening of the spine, not a back bend, not a pushing the chest out, but a lengthening, and then a forward fold, hands down to the mat, getting your stance to where it needs to be, and then folding all the way down. Once you're here, if you have more bending, you bring your hands back so that the heels of the hands are with the heels of the feet. If you're there, you release the entire torso. You're trying to create a shelf with your arms, with the elbows. You don't want them to be out to the sides. Trying to form that 90-degree angle the best that you can at the time. If you do not have this movement in you at this point, remember, you can use your blocks. Blocks are your friends. So you're here, going down as far as you can, releasing the neck, releasing the back. You do not want your knees to be stiff. You want a slight bend in the knees. And to bring it back up, hands at hips, bringing it all the way back up. The second portion, B. This time the hands just stay at the waist or at the hips. Lengthening, extending, and then folding over on your exhale. Shoulder blades are still somewhat going down the back. You just don't want them way up under your ears. Pushing them down the back toward the bottom, releasing the neck. And again, inhale all the way up. Now, PRASARITA C, letting you know I find it difficult. But with this one, the hands are up, and you're trying to get them behind your back. For some people, some instructors, they want you to try and keep the palms together as much as you can. Some people, they do this. They can get more mobility by taking the arms over the head, but you're stretching out the elbows with that hyperextension. If you keep the wrists together, you're decreasing the risk of doing that hyperextension at your elbow. So again, inhale for extension, pushing the arms down the back. Try your best to keep your hands together. Inhale, folding over. Now, I'm not going to be able to get my hands all the way over my head to the floor, but that's also not necessary. I'm getting the work in my shoulders. I have a bend in my elbows. And I'm pressing my shoulder blades down, or up my back in this case. I've still got that movement in my knees. Relaxing the neck. And bending to come up, bending the knees, and releasing. The fourth and last, again, extension, breath, folding over, and this time you're grabbing your big toes. The peace fingers through the first web space. Get your breath, folding it over, What are you doing with your arms? You want your wrists to be straight up. You don't want them over like this, slouching over, or too far back. Energy goes best in a straight line. With the elbows, you want them at that 90 degree or as close as you can get. The neck is released, it is relaxed. And releasing, hands at the hips, and bringing it all the way back up. And that was PRASARITA padottanasana. We'll see you next week.